Hello? Hi. Testing. Okay, everyone. Do you think this is too loud? It has to be this loud. We're live streaming right now. So, welcome to AI AM. It's AI automation and marketing. And what this meetup's about is educating people on different AI platforms besides Claude. I'm just, it's giving you a little chuckle there. But we've been doing this for 3 years. And we got started because I wanted to learn AI. And then I wanted to bring everybody along for the ride. So that's where we're at. So let me give you 60 seconds. Oh, I forgot to tell you, my name is Sharon DeCaro. What I do too, I help people get visibility for their businesses. A lot of people are doing career pivoting, and I do LinkedIn profile analysis and rewrite it to target their like recruiters and ICPs. So that's what I do. I know some people in the room have had this done by me, and I don't want to read this. I've been trying to go off the cuff, but people need to know my background as well. I have a combination of computer programming, web development, graphic design, and marketing. I went to school for all these things. I'm neurodivergent. What can I say? I love school. And that's really where I'm at. So if anybody's interested in LinkedIn and getting their self out there with content and visibility, please reach out to me because I know what I'm doing. I do. There's a whole trick to LinkedIn, and there's an algorithm that you got to follow these days. So if you are looking for a job, I can do an analysis on your profile. We can score it to see what's working and what isn't, and then do the rewrite. But I have to talk to you, have an hour phone call, and see where we're going. So if that's something that interests you, talk to me. Okay, so now I'm going to move on. The meetup has an email list and a newsletter. What I'm doing is offering free prompts and different AI boot camps because I may move this online at some point, and I want to do freebies, and I want to give people information that they might want. So at the end of his presentation, there's going to be a QR code. Scan it and add your name to the mailing list, okay? Also hit me up on LinkedIn if you have any questions, because that's where I always am. Okay, what else? Let's see. Here's our format for tonight. We got started late, unfortunately, but from about 6:30 to 7, we have networking, and then from 7 to 7:50-ish, we have our presentation. And, it's flexible. So there's going to be about 15 minutes of Q&A, and it could go till 8:10, 8:15, but we got to be out of here by 8:30. And if you parked in the building, I have these vouchers where you only have to pay $8. So hit me up before you leave. Please do not forget. I'm really glad you're all here, though, because, this is my labor of love here. So what else? Let's see. Next thing is we got a huge shout out to Station Austin at the Capitol Factory. They've rebranded. This may be moving, but it's still the Capitol Factory. But they have a new leg of it. And if you want to work with them, they're still doing all the same things, their co-working program. And Eli Springer is our coordinator. He will help you get connected, or you can go online to Station Austin. And let's see what else. Now we're going to get to tonight's presentation. Now, if I don't pronounce your name correctly, I apologize. I met Rohit Agarwal. Is that good? Okay. I met him about a year ago when he started coming to the meetup. He's really knowledgeable. He's a solutions architect and data engineer, and he wanted to present something. So with everybody doing Claude, I've done Claude 3 times, okay? I have used NotebookLM, and I'm blown away by it, and Google has put this free software out there. It gives you illustrated videos. It does so many different things, and I want everybody to be able to use it. So let me read this. So tonight, Rohit's going to demo Google's most useful AI tools. NotebookLM. Google built NotebookLM to read your documents and turn them into useful outputs. Videos, podcasts, slide decks, infographics, mind maps, flashcards, quizzes, data tables, reports, summaries, and more. Most people in the room have probably heard of ChatGPT, but many of you have used Claude too. Some of you are using Gemini, but many have never opened NotebookLM. And that's what makes tonight important. NotebookLM is not another chatbot. It doesn't hallucinate. It takes your information and, wait, got it on the other page, I apologize. You can upload up to 50 sources in one notebook and ask it questions, all of them at once. So whether you run a business, work in marketing, build technical systems, or manage large amounts of information, tonight you're going to walk through workflows. What you can do is use Google Notebook for internal training, content repurposing, research summaries, sales enablement, learning materials, and a whole array. And it's going to blow your mind tonight. So help me welcome Rohit Agarwal.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk about NotebookLM. And I would also like to thank you everyone who is present here today. Thank you, Station Hosting, for hosting this. Before I proceed, I would like to have a pulse check. How many of you here are from the marketing? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many run your own business here? Plenty of them. And how many are developers here? Perfect. Nice. Everyone is going to benefit from today's session. So let's move. So what is the problem with AI tools today? So all of these AI tools like Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, they are built to be very creative. But in your business, what you need is the correct answer. When AI guesses on your client deliverable, you don't just lose time, you also lose trust. That's what we call hallucination. So these AI tools are trained in a way to guess the next word. And when it guesses, let's say you have a PDF of like 49 pages, you give it to your AI and ask a question. Along with all the context from the outside world, is gonna insert a phrase or something that makes you feel it's right, it's confident. But you know that your document says something else. So that's hallucination. These AI tools hallucinate. They also cost you time. And when we say, which means we are going into a prompting loop. So when you go to this AI tools, you add a text, you prompt, then you get an answer, you reprompt, it doesn't do any fact check. So what happens, you spend time on fact checking your answers, if it is right or wrong. They erode client trust. Imagine if these tools added some facts in your business deliverable, maybe like pricing mistake or like maybe some legal dates, what's gonna happen? And you send it to your client, you're gonna lose trust. The relationship that you had built with the client is gonna erode. And they use the whole internet, as we know. They are all trained on lots of data, like billions of pages, which is in the outside. So they are trained on that. So when you give your notebook, along with the outside business context, they're gonna use that as well. So that's the problem right now. The tool that nobody talks about. So how many of you have opened NotebookLM in last 30 days? Oh, plenty of them. Nice. Yeah, few of them. So what NotebookLM does is basically bridges the gap between the mountain of data you have along with your grounding answers. So whatever I'm gonna talk today, this is not a lecture class I'm gonna take today. I'm gonna demo you everything. And by the time I'm done, you all will be confident to take one page, you take one PDF and then build the whole marketing suite out of it. That's what NotebookLM can do for you. Notebook does not hallucinate outside of data. So this is the golden rule of NotebookLM. What it does, it creates a defensive fence, you can say, and whatever answers you get from the prompt, it will be inside that fence. It will not go outside that. So which means like the answers that you will get from the NotebookLM will be from your document only. So it will not hallucinate. So NotebookLM, this is not just like an AI chatbot, or this is not like a new AI tool. This is more of like bridging the gap. It replaces guessing with the grounding answers. These ChatGPTs and Gemini, as you all know, like they have context, which is like outside of the domain as well, like all of the pull from the entire internet. It also guesses, it also hallucinates, and the Gemini itself trained on the Google's data, but like the same problem. But Notebook only answer on your own data. So like every answer you get from the NotebookLM is cited back to the phrase or to the line within that document. So when I will show you, each answer you will get have a number on it, and that number takes you back to the document where it is coming from. So it's gonna like give you the cited answers within your notebook. So NotebookLM, 1 upload, 8 outputs. 1 PDF can be used as a fuel for all your professional assets. It is not just going to give the answers, but it will give you a full marketing suite to create from. You cannot just like go and talk to it, but you can also create an explainer video with using the prompt. You can also create a 2-way conversational podcast from the document you uploaded, so you know like you can listen to it. You can also create a structured source deck, like a slide deck from the sources you have provided to the NotebookLM. You can also create dense data, infographic, 1-page visualizers. And some of this will do the live demo here so you understand what's going on. It's also gonna create a mind map from all the documents you upload. It's gonna create a relationship, hierarchies that are mapped into that. Also, it can create a flashcard for like a quick quiz you want, for any learning, and it also create the data and table from your structure extraction. So think of it, NotebookLM is kind of like library with only the books that you brought, and it's gonna answer you from those books. So in this live demo, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use a PDF. I have a PDF which I have already downloaded. It's a source onboarding guide. It has almost 15 pages. I'm gonna upload it to the NotebookLM, and then we can take up prompts from the public. We can create videos, and then whatever it supports, we can go and create that. Now, things to remember is when you upload a PDF and ask for a video to get created, the video takes time to get created, depending upon like how many pages you have in your document, how many documents you have uploaded. NotebookLM can take almost like 50 documents at a time, like 50 different types of documents like PDFs, text, unstructured data, and all. And from all of those 50 documents, you can have a conversation. It can also search the documents online and take it as a source. And then you can use the notes from your answers and then also convert that into a source back to the NotebookLM. So for this exercise, I'm not going to create a video. I have already created one on 59-page onboarding guide that I can show to you. But for this live exercise, I'm going to use a guide which is very small, and then we can create something like the infographic or like the mind map. So let me just move to the demo part of it. So this is like one document. It has 59 pages, which is the brand user onboarding experience guide. Then I have other guide, which is the customer onboarding guide. And one have 59 pages, other have like only 15 pages. So this is how the NotebookLM looks like. So if you go to the notebook.google.com, this is your landing page. All those notebooks that you already created will be appearing here. So you can like create a new notebook, or you can like use the one you have already created. So if I go here, actually let me. So once you create a new notebook, you land to this page. Now this page is where you're gonna upload all your sources, you're gonna communicate with the NotebookLM, you're gonna create your full marketing suite. What are you seeing on my first screen is basically asking you to like provide your sources. And this can be, as I said, like any kind of source you can provide. You can upload files from your local drive. You can provide the links from the YouTube. You can also integrate your Google Drive. And you can also just copy text here that will act as a source. As you can see, there's a icon called web. So basically, you can search anything from web and then make it as your source. So for example, like if I say, provide me all the customer onboarding guide, it is going to do a web search and it's gonna list all of the guides which are available on the web, and then you can choose which one you want to be as your source. This web feature is very handy for like the people who wants to do the research. And when I say research, let's say like you have your startup material, like you have your website, and you want to do a research with your competitors, that's where it becomes very important to use this web feature. So you can have like one source as your own website, and then you can provide links of website to do a competitive analogy of how your product is better than the others. The same thing you can do in other AI tools, as we know, but the other AI tools is also gonna induce more information that you probably don't need. So that's where like it's source grounding truth is gonna bring. So let me upload one file. So I'm gonna upload this. So once you upload your file, it's gonna pre-check here, and then when it is ready, it's gonna be checkbox. The good practice always follow is whenever you upload any source, make sure to like rename it so you know like what source it is. It's like one of the best practices you can follow. So before, all right, you can see it's checkbox. It's right here. And you can say like rename source. You can rename the source the way you want. Now, you can ask any questions. Let's say if you ask something that is not the part of your onboarding guide, what's gonna happen? Any guess? doesn't know? Exactly. It's not gonna make any answers. It's gonna tell you, this is the information that I don't find in your file. So I'm gonna give some prompts. I'm just saying, like, tell me what it takes to onboard customer, because it's a customer onboarding guide. So now what I was saying about these numbers, you see like 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the ones which actually the citations, which is like back to your document where it says it's coming from. So if I hover it here, you can see this is a picture, and if you scroll down, it will tell you like where it is. So B2B customer life cycle. So now you know like the answer that you got from the notebook LM is not from the outside, but it's from your own guide. So now what you can do is basically, if you are going through it, going like doing prompting and something that you find is good, so you can actually copy it and add it in your note. Sorry? Perplexity, yeah, you can take notes there, but Perplexity, as I said, like the same other AI tools which have trained on like outside data as well. So once you do a prompting, it induces that outside data along with your data, and then it can give you answers on the basis of both. But in this, it's only your data. So the node that you are copying here is the node from your source guide you have uploaded. Hmm? You can say that, yes. It's a defensive wall, which is like in your data set only, not outside that. Yes, you can do that. If if any, so for the website, that has to be crawlable. So if it is blocked, it cannot do that. How do we know? So what is the use case like? Are you using like for the LinkedIn to get the information, or like?
I think the question is, I think she's asking, because LinkedIn, in order to view one's profile, requires login.
Exactly, it's behind the wall.
And I think NotebookLM only can access things that are publicly accessible.
Right, it's exactly, yeah. It's not gonna go behind the firewall. Like if anything needs login, it's not gonna go and scrape that. So any website, let's say like you just go to like any other website, marketing website, and then it can take that as a source. So yes, you can copy this. Come on. Somehow my paste is not working, but technically you can copy and paste it as a source, and you see this button like convert to source. So what will happen is like all the notes you have taken will also become a part of your source, and that will start appearing here. So technically you are saying like from your own guide, take this as a source as well. So now to your point, like let's say you have one marketing material that you want to compare with the other marketing material, what you can do is like, I have other guide that I can upload here. And then I can do the comparison. I can give a prompt like, tell me how these two are different and what are the common things between them. So like it will do a comparison and tell you like what's common and not. So on your studio side, you can see a lot of options. Your audio, your slide deck, your video, your mind map, reports, flashcards. So from this one particular document, you can generate all of these things. Let me show you a video thing that I have already generated for one of the guide. So the guide I use is the same onboarding guide, but this one has like a lot of pages, more than 59. And then what I did, I generated this like marketing SaaS onboarding video. So how to generate a video? So you click on this icon, click on this, it will open the full panel of like how you can generate a video. Either you want to explain a video or you want a brief video, what language you want. And then these are some of the visual styles that you can put here. Like you can auto select, you can also have like custom. When you do custom, so you are technically telling, you are giving a prompt and telling like, hey, use my colors and like my logo from the document I have, and then use that to generate that video. Or you can have like a classic. These are some of the themes they have already provided as a visual style. Now, things to know, the video it generates is more of like illustrative video. It's not more of like cinematic video. But recently, NotebookLM, Google have launched the cinematic video in NotebookLM. But that's not in the free tier. That's the part of Google One Premium. So in order to generate the cinematic video, you have to be a part of Google One Premium account. So these are all free, yes. Yes, whatever we are doing here, it's all free. And then you should like, let's say there's an 89-page video, right? 89 pages. You don't want to focus on like full PDF to generate a video. You can say like, hey, this part in this guide, create a video for it. So you can like pick sections. You don't have to go all document, just like pick a section and then just generate the video from there. So it can do that too. Yep. Yes. So I already generated one video. So it took the all the pages and created a SaaS onboarding. So
to another explainer. Look, if you build, market, or sell software, you already know acquiring a new user is really only half the battle, right? The actual work is getting them to stay. Today, we're tackling one of the
I'm
most
gonna
terrifying
fast
topics in the
forward it.
software industry, user drop-off. We are going to completely rethink how we welcome users into our products, drawing directly from some incredibly insightful source material on user onboarding and experience design. Okay, let's just dive right into this pretty jarring statistic right out of the gate. Between 40 and 60%, that is the percentage of users who sign up for a free SaaS trial, use it exactly one time, and then...
Sorry? Yes. Yes. So one thing, if you saw once you create on that video link, it says you want a descriptive video, a long one, or you just want a brief. But you can also put in your prompt, you are just looking for a brief 1 to 2 minute video, focusing on only SaaS onboarding from these particular pages from the guide. So it's going to take into that consideration and then generate it from there. Good point. I haven't tried it. I would say like try all of these experiments, try it, just like record something, put it as your source, and then tell the prompt, use this source as my voice to generate a video, and see what's going to happen.
Nobody else did this. So if you have, excuse me, if you have man on the street interviews and you want to do content create or do the videos themselves, and you tell them this is what the idea of the project is, of what we're looking for, can it take it from there, or is it just simply going to look at the videos and put them in order of what you think or what it thinks it should be? And how's that, the content creation of it, can they edit the video itself? Add in signs, zoom in and out, things of that nature. Is that a capability? Can I get rid of my content creator?
It is not like that. It is more of like the illustrator video that generates from your content you have uploaded. So if you want to edit something, so let's say like I don't like this video, then I have to regenerate and then give a new prompt to generate a new video. But technically you cannot edit it right in here. So this is the custom prompt I used when I generated this video. Create a branded explainer video for new hires, use our brand colors blue and purple, and pull out logo from the document, focus on the culture onboarding and first week sections so new employees feel welcomed, informed, and overwhelmed. So it's like a custom prompting. When you are creating, you can provide a custom prompting to generate a video. Yes, sir. Okay.
I was going to ask if you could make a general comment on the value of content creation when there seems to be going to be an explosion of content creation. Where do you see this going in terms of, you know, there's going to be billions, I guess, of AI, push a button on a video just gets, I'm assuming you can also post.
Yeah, you can directly share it from here. There's a share option here.
So this thing is, you know, like you're showing, where do you see the or from your experience, where do you see the value of content creation changing in the context of a tool like this?
So let me think about it. So you are saying like,
Because all of us in the room are going to look at this. Now we do it, but do it at scale. So each and every one are now what used to be our only or delve into human.
I'm going to say something about this because we are the 0.00001% of the people on the planet. The market will not be saturated. Half the people have not even heard of Google LM. And seriously, we're in a bubble. I'm constantly on LinkedIn and all I see is, you know, I'm surrounded by AI people. But if you go out and talk to people, my intern is majoring in computer science and he and his friends don't even use AI half the time. So it's not going to be saturated. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to be quiet.
so to your point, like how, I think it's busy.
You know, I think it would be cool if I could get on an airplane and I have 3 hours of flight time and I've got 12 conversations I want to talk to people about. Tell this thing here, whatever we want to talk to them about, create a video, I send it to them, and I don't have to make a phone call.
Exactly. Yeah, you can. You can use your transcripts as a source and then create a spinner video from there. Right? Yeah, that will be a good experiment to use your own voice. Exactly. We're gonna go in a like SaaS fatigue where each SaaS is doing like different work, but like look at this. It's just like a one PDF, and it's give you all your professional assets right here. You can do it for your like business. You can do it for your like marketing. For like the developers, you can do it for your research, all in one suite right here. So I use it at my personal level. So I'm also building my own startup on the side. So I use it for on my own research. I have like what I usually do is basically like do a marketing research. First, I go to like other tools like Claude and all. I go and create a document from there and then use that document as a source with my competitors to see like what I am missing.
Based on that, how would you rate the quality of this? Because, you know, we live in a visual world, right? And so whatever that output is, how would you rate it in terms of visually, number one? And then my other question is, I see you have all these other sort of, for lack of a better word, applications, right? So if I wanted to take a slide deck, if I wanted to take a slide deck, and say my slide deck has 35 slides, and I wanted to truncate it to 25 slides for a 30-minute session, can I do that with this? And then also turn that into a podcast?
Definitely you can do that. You can, so see this audio overview feature? So that's where like you can generate your own podcast. So you have a source of like your 30 slides. First thing you want to trim it down to 25 based on the context you want to provide. Then you're gonna use that as a source again and use it for your podcast creation. So yes, so what you are seeing is basically the audio overview. That's where you can have like a bi-conversational podcast created. And about the quality of the thing, I will say like, from the video you have seen, it's more of a illustrative video, but if you are looking for something like fancy, more like cinematic, it's not gonna create that. So, but the good thing is like, sorry? Exactly. If you want to create that like wow feeling, like a movie, it's not creating a movie. But for the quality of the text it provides, as I told you, like all of the text it is providing, it's in your document itself. It's not gonna like changing anything. So the quality. So if you believe the quality of your document is perfect, then you wanna believe the quality of the text it is generating.
Hi, so a couple of things. One, can you click that button right there to generate and then buy yourself some time, and I'll buy you some time while it's generating.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
So everybody can see what the podcast kind of like sounds like and the quality of that. But second, well, after you click the button, are you going to show an example of in the upper left where you're adding sources?
Yes.
How that could be a research opportunity to actually, if you don't know the URLs or you don't know that, and kind of like walk through a little bit of what that use case
Sure.
looks like?
Let's do that. So while that is running, I'm gonna create a new notebook, okay? And I'm gonna use a website. So this is my website. So I'm gonna first add this as a source, okay? I'm not promoting, but I'm just, and then I know some competitors, so I'm gonna take their website. I know one more competitor.
Can you pause when you copy it? Don't hit add quite yet. On the add sources, when you add the link,
Yep, I just pasted the link.
hold right there.
Yep.
Is there a right there where it says fast research?
So it's gonna generate the, so remember like, this is reading this URL and then creating a source for you. So now you can do a deep research on that URL, or you're gonna do the fast research, and then it's gonna create it as a source. So it's a fast research, so it's gonna create as a source. Now I have like 3 sources here. You can see right here. So now, for example, like let's say if I just unselect, so which means like I am going to talk to this source only. If I select all, which means like all these sources are active, and now I'm gonna say like, so I'm saying like do a research on how Trado is different from like autopilot and the Dub app. So now it's gonna do all the research. Now, as I told you, the answers that you are getting here, it's right from only these 3 pieces. It's not like no new information invented in here. So now you can see like it's distinguishing itself from focus on granularity of control and custody model. So like now this is a good research point where you don't want to involve more information, but you wanted to make sure like what they are doing and what you are doing, and now you have comparative landscape on the sources you have. It's generating. It takes a while, yeah. It does. It allow you to have like more sources. So like in the free one, you can only upload like 50 sources. But if you go like the paid version, you can go like more than 50, around 100 sources in there. So, but you can see this blueprint I generated. So it's gonna show you a visual generated onboarding blueprint, which is generated by the NotebookLM itself. So it's gonna tell you like the psychology of the first impression, and the 6-step framework for the activation. So it's the whole. Sorry? How much storage? So in each notebook, you can attach 50 sources.
It's like the LLM, you get 2 keys, or you get 1 key. The notebook has a certain amount of storage that keeps all your stuff.
I can ask here because. So it has a built-in storage. As I said, you can create 100 notebooks, with each notebooks allowing up to 50 documents. So that's the storage you have. Like you cannot go more than 50 on that. That's the each upload limit, which is 2 TB of Google Cloud storage.
Not to go into details, but so can you, does this come with another subscription if you have a workspace, if you have another Google, does it come with it?
So Google has a Google Premium one that also gives you Gemini, that also give you Notebook. So you know like Apple has a family plan. You can add all your devices. Same like Google, it is one premium and gives you storage. It gives you Notebook. So the whole ecosystem it gives you. Yep. All right. So.
This is the brief on converting trial users into long-term customers. Get this, a shocking 40 to 60% of SaaS trial users sign in exactly once.
It's not audible anymore, or?
It's kind of hard to hear. Volume can be higher.
All right, let me just see.
Oh, wait.
This is the brief on converting trial users into long-term customers. Get this, a shocking 40 to 60% of SaaS trial users sign in exactly once and literally never return. That means a flawless onboarding experience is absolutely make or break for your retention. So how do we fix a broken flow? Well, it really boils down to 3 core takeaways. First, we need to map and focus the journey right out of the gate. Look, I know some folks love the idea of exploratory onboarding, but why are we assuming users want to just wander around? It's kind of like dropping them in a maze without a map. Instead, hide the distracting features and engineer some quick wins. Don't make them overthink, just get them started. Second, you have to provide proactive in-app support. We need to step in and interactively guide users before they even realize they've stalled out. Seriously, making a user actually leave your app to read an external FAQ or watch some video, that's a prime excuse for them to close the tab and never come back. Keep them inside the ecosystem. Finally, to push them toward long-term growth, scale the complexity and train them as they go. Start easy, then slowly increase the difficulty so they never plateau. Think of it exactly like leveling up in a video game. You're definitely not going to fight the final boss on level 1, right? So block off those advanced features until they master the basics. Ultimately, treating your onboarding like a guided, supportive game is the real secret to turning fleeting trials into loyal, long-term habits.
Yes, that's based on the guide you. That's my guide. Yes. It it put it together to it put it all together. So remember, let me show you something real quick.
This is the brief on trial.
So if you give it all of the procedures for an app, it can create a user guide.
The guide I provided, it took that as a source and created an audio. So yeah, you can, so let's say to your point, if you are preparing for a presentation, you can put your presentation and create a podcast, listen to it, prepare for it. Like, the opportunities are endless. This is the infograph, yes. Yep. What's in the, this is studio? Yeah, this is the box which has everything here. Yep, here's, infographic is right here. Exactly, yes. No, I did show it. So infographic, you can create the infographic from your guide itself. So the one I created is this, from that button. Yes. So if you click on any of these buttons, it will automatically go and generate this. But if you want to customize it, you click on this icons, and then you can give your own prompt and select.
I have a question. How do you create like white papers, business white papers from this?
So from the whatever you see in this studio, this NotebookLM is only going to create this particular suite from suite. But let's say let me give it a prompt. Reports. Yeah, you can see like briefing doc, study guide, and big post. Is white paper be one of these and you can create your own custom right here. Yes. So in that particular, you cannot attach as a source and reiterate it, but you have to create a new one. So if you see this, yeah, you have to give a prompt here and tell him how you want to do it. Yes. Yes. I haven't tried these languages. Not sure how infographic gonna play a language role here. For your audio, for your video, yes, you can. So in this blueprint, there will be a lot of text here. So like that text will be the language you select. Exactly. Yep. So if you, yeah, so choose language as English. So let's see, I select this. Yeah, I still type English. So like you're giving a prompt in English, but the language that will be generated on the infographic will be the language I selected. Exactly. Yeah. And then you can go granular on that podcast saying like, hey, only pick this particular topic from your sources and then only trade on in that, like, let's not take like all the sources. So
So I have a ton of different projects and I use different AIs because each one of them generates a little something different. I have a ton of threads, right, on each one for each project. So what this does, for me anyways, it helps me create notebooks, right? That's just my own sources. But
yes.
I want to be able to connect the threads. Can I
You cannot cut
the Claude threads and the Gemini threads?
in, right here.
You have to export them first.
Yeah. Yeah. You can download these and then probably take it to the other ones, but there's no direct integration from NotebookLM to the outsource LLMs.
I've noticed with all of them is you have to go back through your thread to each prompt and copy. So it's like I could take days just scrolling to gather data
From your like from your Claude or ChatGPT.
from each prompt and all of the different threads.
So what you can do, you can download a YAML file. So what it does is like it's basically summarize all your prompts in like one file, and then you can port that file anywhere. Yeah. So let's say like you want to port from ChatGPT to Claude, and now it's like, hey, how I'm gonna take my context from ChatGPT to Claude? So you can download those files from ChatGPT and then port it in your Claude. So it's not like you have to copy all the history you have talk about. It's just like you just download the file and then port.
You'll tell ChatGPT to download, and then about a day later, they send you an email. That's what you're uploading. But that's JSON file.
Yeah, it can be JSON, YAML.
I just did it this week.
Hmm? I use download the context file. So what you need is the context for the LLM to, so let's say like if I go in Claude and Claude does not have any context from my previous chat, so which means I need to provide the context so I can use that file as a context for the Claude so it can iterate on that. No, you don't have to say that. Yeah. You can automatically download that file. Full project folder you can download.
If you got space, you can actually say, please summarize this chat, because I'm going to start a new prompt. It'll do that for you. No, that's a good way to do it. I mean, I've done like the whole thing, but it can be long, and then you chew up a lot of tokens. So a lot of times you can get what you need by it. Now, some of them are actually able to see the previous threads. Like I think Claude is doing that now, so you can say, hey, go look at this previous thing. I know Cursor does it.
Yes. Now the context windows are getting like bigger and bigger, so it can hold like more context. But like there are a lot of open source libraries on the GitHub. Like one of them is like the knowledge graph. So technically, like you can create that knowledge graph, and then you can use that knowledge graph to port in somewhere, or you can have that knowledge graph. So next time, like when you are prompting, it's not gonna go to your history. It will use that knowledge graph for the context. So you can use that. And for your token point, like when there's a GitHub repo called Caveman. if anyone heard of it. So you can use like Caveman. What it does is basically compress your token. So for example, like if you ask Claude what is 2 plus 2, maybe like it gives you 4 along with the reasoning, but you don't want that. That's more like token burning. So Caveman will make sure like it compresses your tokens, and you will only get the answer which is useful. So it will only give you 4, so it will save a lot of tokens for you. Yep. I also heard like SpaceX is going to build like 20 billion facility in Austin too. So probably like that can be. It was a very nice move when they sold XAI to SpaceX. But anyways, yeah, this is all like about the Notebook LM and what you can do with this Notebook LM. You can like, there are plenty of use cases you can go from. For example, like for the people who are like business owners, what they can do is they can take all their financial data, all their like POS and all, and basically do a comparison, like what's working out, what's not working out, and also create like the explainer videos. So technically, like now you don't have to go to like a market agency and ask, hey, create a video for me, or like create a podcast. If you do so, like they're gonna give you a 4-figure bill, but just with the Notebook LM, you can like generate everything you want. For the developers, like as the gentleman said about the white paper thing, so you can use those sources for your own research and like generate those kind of brief docs and white papers the way you want. So what Notebook LM cannot do, so as I said, like it cannot pull from any outside source. So when you are asking Notebook LM, it is only going to give you the answer from the sources, but it's not going to pull from the internet. But you can use internet to generate the sources. That's what we saw when I put 2 websites in there. Yeah. Probably 2-3 minutes more. 2 minutes. Okay. So no outside knowledge. It's if you haven't given it in the data, the response will have like no outside knowledge. So it stays into that fencing loop. Source quality matters. Once you upload the sources, make sure the quality of those sources are right. Don't upload like the messy, unstructured JSON files or something. So you get the grounding source of truth. And video generation depends on like how clear your source is written in those sources, and that's how it's gonna generate the more clear video for you. How much does it cost? It costs $0 for all of what I have shown you here. But if you want like the cinematic video kind of thing, then you have to upgrade to Google One Premium. That's where you're gonna get like more features, more sources, and you can do more with that. Exactly. Yep. So yeah, you have to do nothing. Just go to notebooklm.google.com, sign in with your Google account, and like upload any sources and start creating your own marketing suite. Yeah, it's a pro tips like use well-structured PDF, add your brand name doc to every notebook you create. Make sure like once you upload the source, you rename it so you know like this is the source, and ask follow-up questions, and you can share your notebooks with the team as well. So yeah. Perfect.
Here, with the people here, you use your, and then we go, ah. Wave, whoever's here, wave. Ah. Okay, and then we'll do one with the capital
With the-
factor in the background.
Yeah, I can. So, Sharon, with this mailing list, you will have access to all these emails. So
No,
how
no,
do?
no, everybody, nobody, you know,
Okay.
I can,
You can post on LinkedIn. I can send
or
you the
you
slides.
can,
Okay, I will send the slides to Sharon, and then you can take it from there.